comment down below if you guys remember when I used to make commentary videos and I used to put little singing snippets in there, like little bits of songs in there. I miss those days. I really miss Black Ops 2 cut comms or just regular commentaries. They were so much fun to make. Ugh. Like right now I really wanted to tell you guys a story, but I wanted to do it as a commentary, but I just wasn't feeling it. So today I'm going to bring it to you guys in a vlog. I hope you guys don't mind that. Let me know if you prefer me telling stories like with Call of Duty gameplay in the background or on a vlog. But currently it is Monday the 27th of February and I am still looking for a car. I am house stricken and it sucks, but it is what it is. Just before I get too far into this video, I wanted to let you guys know that in like a week or so, me and my girlfriend and one of my best friends are going to see Justin Bieber. So there's going to be some videos out for that in the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye out for that. I'm super excited because Justin Bieber is freaking awesome. Well, his songs are anyway. As you can see by the title of this video is The Time I Got Attacked or whatever. So this story actually only took place a few weeks ago. And basically, me and my friends decided to go out clubbing that night. It was a Friday night. Anyway, the night started off just like usual. We were just drinking, having fun, and we decided to go out. We made our way into town, and the night was just going great. We're having fun. And this is a part of the story that is going to seem a bit random, but my sister ended up coming to the same nightclub that me and my friends were at. Now, she doesn't usually come to that club, and it was a Friday, and she doesn't go out on Fridays usually. So it was like, oh, cool, my sister's here. Anyway, later on in the night, me and my friends decided to get some fresh air and go sit at this thing called a taxi rank. And the taxi rank is basically just like this building that has toilets, free Wi-Fi and stuff where taxis come so you can sit there and wait for a taxi and you go wherever the hell you want. So we were just sitting at the taxi and I Snapchatted my sister being like, where are you? Because I didn't know if she had gone home yet or not. And she replied, and as I looked at the Snapchat, it was like an area, like a familiar area in the background of the photo. And I looked over to where I thought it was, and there she was. She didn't see me though. So as a reply, I went to take a photo of her, and when I look back down at my phone, I hear just like this huge commotion and yelling, and I'm like, what the hell? And I look up, and there's like these 4 or 5 people sitting on a bench chair, and they all just rise, and I'm like, what the F are you taking a photo of? Like, who are you taking a photo of? And they just start yelling at me. And I was just like, yo, my sister is just over there, like I was just taking a photo of her. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, I did call them a name. It wasn't like the most offensive thing in the world, it was just like a generic swear word. But anyway, I just called them a name, she's like, who are you calling? Blah blah blah. And I was like, just calm down, like I was taking a photo of my sister, she's right there. So they all started to walk off like towards a taxi to get into a taxi. And as they were walking off, there's this girl. Just for the story's sake, we're gonna call her Jo. She's not really our friend, but she's just someone we know. And for some weird ass reason, she was with us. She just starts telling them like, oh yeah, you walk off and all this stuff. Like just trying to provoke them. And we're like, Jo, just shut up. You're gonna start something and blah, 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 blah. And she shuts up for about a minute. And the next thing we know, she's like, yeah, you get in the taxi, you beep. And she calls her a slut, basically. This one particular girl jumps out of the taxi, which was kind of like the main person yelling. She starts getting out of the taxi and just running towards all of us. Now this is kind of an important part of the story. My friends were sitting on a bench and I was on this side and the taxi was on that side. And I was on the ground though. They were on top of this bench, I was sitting on the ground. And I kind of look over and she's like just running towards us and I was like, oh no, Joe's gonna get in trouble here. But little did I know, she actually thought it was me that said that. So she's running towards me. It takes me a little while to realize and she's just yelling and I can't even remember what she was yelling. But she pretty much pushed my friends off the seat and jumps over the bench and in midair socks me in the eye. She got me like directly in there. It wasn't really my eye, it was like directly in there and there was like a red mark there for ages. And because it was in midair, she ended up landing on top of me and like her foot went like straight into my elbow, which went into the ground like that. And she stood like on my knee, which also went into the ground. So I was pretty much just on my back on the ground. So I like pushed her with my legs and all of her friends like grab her and pull her back. And my friends like pushing her off me and stuff like that. And she kind of like just runs off and I'm like, okay. And we're just sitting there for a little while like, I'm okay. Everyone's like, are you okay? And whatever. And then I look over and there's like a huge group of police like standing around her. Like she didn't get in the taxi. She was like further down the street sitting in the gutter. And I was like, oh no, she's gonna totally say that I like beat the crap out of her or something. Just because the policemen didn't seem bothered, they were just talking to her like she was like telling them what happened. And it's like, why would you be telling the police if you just hit someone? So I'm like, And I look over and on another bench, there's like a mum and a daughter. And I went up to them and I was like, oh, did you guys see what happened? Like, just in case the police come up to me, like, are you able to be like witnesses or whatever? And they're like, yeah, like, are you okay and all this stuff. So that was really great of them. So basically I ended up going over to the policeman because I didn't want them thinking that I hit her. Because she was like, had her hands in her head and like was crying. And I was like, what is going on? This was after she left. Like she went back to the club. And I was like, hey, that girl you were just talking to, like, just punched me in the eye for literally, like, no reason. I didn't do anything wrong. And, like, at that point, they saw that my eye was, like, swollen and my arm, like, this part of my arm where she, like, stood on was, like, raised. And so they decided to take my statement, my sister's statement, a few of my friends' statements, and the witnesses that were there. And there's freaking surveillance footage at the taxi rank, so even if I was lying, they could just check that, which I think they might have. But anyway, I ended up going back to the nightclub. She ended up leaving because the police officer said that she got a huge, like, gash out of her leg and had to go to the hospital. And that's what I was kind of worried about. I was like, oh, like, she probably said that I did that, and she must have, like, got it on the bench when she jumped over or something. But yeah, she ended up going to the hospital. But anyway, a few days later, I got a call from the police officer that was in charge, and he was pretty much saying that I could either take her to court or I could give her a fine. And I was like, I don't want to ruin someone's life that much over just that, so I gave her the fine. It was a pretty expensive fine for what it was, but I guess don't hit people. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the story of when I got punched in the face. But anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, if you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you'd like to see more of me, definitely make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.